Hi, this is Mark Rushton of MarkRushton.com. Welcome back to my podcast of original ambient electronic music, field recordings, and occasional talking about music and art. This is podcast number 155, released on Sunday, September 15, 2019, and it's about the music service Pandora. You're listening to Back from Outer Space, from the Ambient Matyk album, Back in Outer Space and in Dub. Link to the album on Spotify and Bandcamp is in the description. For those of you outside of the United States, Australia, or New Zealand, Pandora is a radio-like service that has delivered music to people in those countries since 2000. They were purchased by Sirius XM satellite radio in early 2019. I continue to get my music and sounds accepted into Pandora's radio service. In the past 3 weeks, I've had about 25 albums added to their radio service. These are titles that are already in their separate, on-demand streaming service called Pandora Premium. But in order to get your music into Pandora's radio service, you have to go through a submissions process. I started getting music into Pandora Radio in 2008, but back then it was a very, very slow process. Today, it's much faster. As an example, my output released under the name Ambient Matyk is finally getting into Pandora Radio. Ambient Matyk started in 2005 as a way for me to publish live and improvisational music to commercial services. What started as recordings that were a bit rough around the edges and obviously recorded in a live room have evolved into technically better recordings. The spirit of Ambient Matyk remains the same, and everything I release under that moniker was created live, in the air or on computer, and improvisationally. I am fascinated by what Pandora has been doing in recent years. Their acquisition of the bankrupt streaming service RDO in 2015 led them to creating Pandora Premium, the on-demand streaming service. And their recent purchase by Sirius XM satellite radio seems to be opening new doors for independent artists. We'll see over time. I still use Pandora every so often, and their service has been pretty good at serving up the kind of music I'm interested in. That said, I have recently become a paying customer, opting for Pandora Premium, although this is largely to experience Pandora Radio without ads, which is an added benefit. I do like to see how my music is presented in these services, and I like to see how easy it is to make and share playlists. And on the Pandora Radio side, how to create stations. Some stations have been created around my music and sounds by others or by algorithm and have been financially beneficial for me. It's nice to see these things happening and my audience growing that way. So if you are a Pandora customer or have a Pandora account, look for Mark Rushton or Ambient Matyk recordings. A lot of my field recordings released under pseudonyms are getting included as well. Well, I got to get back to making new sounds and making new paintings. That's what I do. Anyway, this is Mark Rushton of MarkRushton.com. I'll be back soon with another podcast.